why are you not going? Why aren't you going to the gym? Like, you need to go to the gym. See, it's the way that you phrase things and the way that you talk to people, it's kindness, right? We're all just a little bit more kind. Welcome back to this week's episode of It Takes Grit with me, Rebecca-Louise. Guys, if you've not already got your copy of my new book, It Takes Grit, what are you doing? You need to get your copy now. It is going to change your life. I talk about 20% is fitness, 80% is nutrition, but 100% is your mindset. This is going to give you the tools to make the choices that you want in life, to give yourself everything that you want, all of the success, and having that full power and being free. This is what it's all about, is being free to have those choices to own your life. And today we're talking about something that I feel like lots of people have been mentioning on, our lives that we've been doing, our motivation lives that we've been doing on YouTube. And this has been a topic of conversation that I feel like people have brought up over and over again. It's, how do I deal with negative comments? Or how do I deal with a family member who, just occasionally does a dig, or like somebody is just in your life that doesn't always empower you or make you feel good? And I completely understand that. There's always times in our life where we might get negative comments online, or, and we can kind of get by that. It's like, all right, that's a troll. But it is more challenging when it's somebody that we work with, when it's a family member, or if it's, someone that's close proximity into our life. So I wanted to give you some things of what I do to deal with it. And it's not to say that it's like easy and that pain just doesn't go away and you don't feel it, because obviously we all have feelings, right? But this is just to kind of put things into perspective. There's always times where, I know recently a lot of people have said, why do you not cook, Rebecca? Like, Corey does all of the cooking. When Corey's not at work, he does all of the cooking. I am quite capable of getting myself fed. I don't cook, no, but I order my own meal prep. I pay for it with my money. It arrives here. I pick it up from outside and I put it in the microwave and I feed myself. So yes, when Corey is here, he does do all of the cooking. And a lot of people said, do you not do any of the cooking? Like, do you not help? Do you not like clean up? But there's a lot of other things that I do, like provide this house to do the cooking, that, not everybody looks at. So sometimes people just don't know the whole picture, and they're making an assumption on something that is, they have a very small part of the information. So you can't always, be mad at them, because they just might not be smart enough to actually know what's going on. So that's how I look at it. So I wanted to go through a couple of things of like how not to be so affected, or how to kind of let it go, brush off your shoulder as soon as you can, so that you can move on with your life, right? Because nobody wants to have this, tension on their shoulders, or this like animosity to anybody. So how can we let that go as soon as possible? So if you know that in your heart it's not true what these people are saying, maybe they're saying, you don't do this, you don't do none of that, or you're this or you're that, right? If you in your heart know that that's not true, then there's only like a small part of you that should get offended by it if it's actually true. I mean, if it's true, then we're going to talk about that a little bit later. But if that's not true, you're like, hey, that's BS, that's bullshit. Like, I do contribute, I do this, or no, I'm not lazy, and yes, I am a nice person, and I do things for other people. So you have to take the comment in context and actually go, I don't actually believe what you're saying is true. If you don't believe what they're saying is true, don't allow that to come into your space, because you're going to start to question, like, am I like that? Is that right? But deep down in your heart if it's something that is true or not. So, if it's not true, if you're like, no, I'm pretty sure that I've got this covered, like that person does this, but I got my own things going on, and I still feel like I contribute a lot too. And then ask yourself, would you want their life? This person that is giving comments to you, or, doing things like digs that try and make you feel like lesser of yourself. It's typically to bring you down to their level. So, you don't do any cooking? Nope. You don't help with the cooking? You don't clean up? You don't do anything? Nope. Are you trying to make me feel bad in this situation because it's not working? Right? So oftentimes somebody could, I'm not saying always, but sometimes somebody, is digging at you or saying something to bring you down to their level. Because why would somebody need to make you feel small if they already feel secure within themselves, right? You don't need to, tell somebody, oh, yeah, why do you not go to the gym? Why are you not going to the gym enough? You're not going to the gym enough. Like, that kind of like negative talk stems from some insecurity from that person in the first place. So, do you really want to trade places with that person? Are you really like looking at that person and saying like, oh my goodness, like I wish I was like you? Because trust me, somebody more successful than you is never going to pull you down. They're going to give you constructive criticism to lift up. Someone saying, hey, why are you not going to the gym is not constructive criticism to empower you to actually help out. You're like, oh my God, like, you're so good when you go to the gym. Like, you can really do amazing cardio workouts. Like, I've seen you. It's amazing. Like, I'd love to see you do more of that because you're so good at it. You see the difference there? That's the way that you can talk to somebody to empower them, to bring them up. Instead of saying, why are you not going? Why aren't you going to the gym? Like, you need to go to the gym. See, it's the way that you phrase things and the way that you talk to people. It's kindness, right? We're all just a little bit more kind. So if someone's saying something negative to me, especially if it's like someone online, like a troll, like go and look at their profile and you're going to be like, okay, you're really crushing life right now, so it always stems from somebody who is feeling insecure within themselves. And I often feel sorry for them because they want to publicly humiliate you. They want to publicly bring you down to their level rather than going, you know what, I'm just going to step up to my level. So, you know what? It happens. People say stuff all the time just to make themselves feel better. I swear, it would even come out of my mouth to say something that would put somebody else down or make them feel like inferior, because it would actually make me feel embarrassed. It actually would make me quiver, and it doesn't work with my DNA. But some people really feel that by bringing other people down, it makes them feel better. So just ask yourself, do you want their life? All right, it could be good feedback. All right, we've always got to put our hands up and say, you know what? This person keeps telling me that I should be going to the gym. Should I? So you don't have to agree with their approach, because their approach might be an asshole, but you can agree with what they are saying in terms of, you know what? If you haven't been going to the gym, you do need to go to the gym, right? There's just a way that you can tell people in a nice way. So if you're like, oh, this person's telling me that I should really do some more homework. But that's true. I really should do more homework because I'm not getting the grades that I want to get. So this person could be right. You don't have to agree with the way that they're saying it, but you have to at least be open to it. Like open to hearing, why is this person saying this to me? Okay, is it because they don't think I'm contributing enough and they don't know the whole picture? Or is it because I'm actually just not contributing enough, right? That's great feedback. We all want feedback because guess what? With feedback, that's how we grow. And it's so important to be open to that and not to shut down. If somebody gives you feedback or they say, hey, you made me feel like this way, and if they're willing to, receive the feedback, that's open to you, right? You get to express that. So always say to somebody, hey, I got some feedback for you. Are you open to receiving it? And when they say yes, that gives you permission to then say it, right? If they say no, it means that they're not ready. And say, hey, you know what? Come back when you are ready, because I think that what I have to say is going to empower and help your life, right? It's really literally that simple. So it could be good feedback. So always be open, even if they've said it in the most asshole way, still be open-minded to the fact that it could help you. All right, next one. If these people are making comments and they're bringing you down and they are being negative towards you, it might be time to just say, hey, I'm just going to distance myself. I'm just going to put myself over in this corner and I'm not going to engage. Now, if it's somebody that you work with and that you're there every day, obviously you're going to have to be in proximity to them. What you can do though is you can create those boundaries. You can not engage in the conversation with them. You can politely, distance yourself and set those boundaries. If it is a group of friends that you have been hanging around with and there's one person that just seems to make those digs to you, you know what? If your other friends, you can't tell your other friends, hey, I don't like this person, blah, blah, blah. if that was me, I'd probably just stop hanging around the whole group, and I would just see people like individually on a case-by-case basis. And at the end of the day, if they all want to be friends with this type of person, I'm probably out of the group anyway, because it's just like they're not going to be my people. I want people that are constantly uplifting and helping people, and if somebody else is making a comment to somebody else that's negative, I don't really want to be around those people who are going to have that same attitude. So it might be that, great, this is the time to make a whole new bunch of friends. So you can just stop hanging around people. And even if it's family, right? It's like you got to go to family functions. Maybe you just select, you know, a certain amount of them that you go to, and you kind of make up excuses why you can't go to the rest, right? I mean, you've got to do it for your sanity. If you are, you know, not comfortable and you only live once, if you're not enjoying yourself when you're going to places, even though you feel like you have to just go because you have to show your face, or you can go there for a short period of time and then leave. You know, you do have that choice. You do have that control, and whatever is going to, you know, set your heart on fire and your soul, that's what you should follow and end up doing. And that basically also goes around to being with people who are going to stick up for you, right? So if you've got a group of people, a group of friends, right, and you know, one of them saying to the other person like, oh, you know, like, you really need to go to the gym, and none of your friends say anything, that's when you need somebody who's your back corner to be like, you know what, she's doing really good at the gym. I've actually seen her go like twice. If no one says anything to back you up, if you are right, like honestly, if you haven't been going to the gym in like 3 weeks, right, 4 weeks, and someone says you need to be going to the gym, one, that's great feedback. Yes, I do. Someone could just step in and say, well, there's a nicer way to say it, right? I mean, yes, we all do need to go to the gym, or say, hey, you know what? I know you're struggling to go to the gym. I will go with you. I'll be your accountability partner. That's the type of friend that you want. That's the type of person that you want in the group that is surrounding. So, you know, for example, you know, someone's like, hey, Rebecca doesn't do any of the cooking. Someone's going to stand up and say, she doesn't. However, she did provide somewhere to have the food, right? So it's about having that balance within the group, to having somebody that just actually has your back. Because if you are just constantly around this group of people, around your group of friends who are saying like, you know, this person, oh, she never works out, and nobody steps in to say, hey, you know what, I know you're struggling to work out, but what I would love to do is be your accountability partner. Should we like check in like Monday, Tuesday, Friday, and we'll do a workout together? Like, here's the link. So it's really about the delivery and having those people in your circle, because if you are in a group of people and somebody says something to you and people know that like it's not all true, or you're adding some value in another way and nobody says anything, like that's a little bit worrying, right? Because you need that group of people you need that one person fighting in your corner to know that you're in the right group. Because if not, it might be that you're not actually in the right group at all, and you need to find your new circle of friends. So it's really interesting because I get so many comments online, and I would like to say, I think like 95% of the comments I get online are positive and they're amazing, and the emails I get and everything is just like beautiful. But there's always going to be somebody, doesn't matter who you are, everybody gets it. You're not alone. You're not the only person that has somebody that makes digs at you, that says bad things about you online. Like, you are not alone. But we get to make the decision to who we hang around with, and if we allow that information to come in and dictate our life. Yes, it's going to be great feedback, but honestly, it's about you surrounding yourself with the people that are lifting you up and being like, oh my goodness, like, I saw you go to the gym last week and you freaking rocked it. Maybe you haven't been in like 2 freaking months, but you went that time. That's what you want, is you want people who are going to be your cheerleaders, who are going to be excited for you, who are going to be like, yes, you've got this, you're amazing, not try and, do a dig at you because you're not doing something. If anybody is ever having a dig for you not doing something, it's typically a reflection of themselves, of them not doing something else within their life. So I hope that this has been helpful. I'm going to be doing another live on the It Takes Grit YouTube channel. If you haven't checked out any of the lives, then you can. So we've been having a couple of extra podcasts as well. So I hope this is helpful. Remember to always share this podcast, help other people. This message could be something that somebody's just waiting for today, and they're like, how do I deal with this situation? All you have to do is share the link, put it in your bio, put it on social media, tag It Takes Grit, and you can really change someone's thought process today and make them smile just by hearing this information on how that they can cope with situations where they're getting people in a negative environment. Oh my goodness. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. I love you so much. Stay strong, stay positive, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
I remained in denial, which is the funniest thing as a physio. I am so fiercely positive that I was like, I'll wake up tomorrow and it will be okay. I'll wake